Now, we just saw one group having a discussion. Let's see another group have discussion. The topic we've chosen is Customer is King. Is that really true? Let's find out and see the direction in which the discussion goes.
Hi friend, I'm Ratna and the topic we got for today is is the consumer really the king? So out of all the ways that a company takes to promote its product, maybe ads or whatever it is, the key thing that works upon how successful the product is, the opinion of the consumers. So yeah, it's correct to say that consumer is the king.
Yeah, as she said, the manufacturers mainly invest thinking of the customers, their interest, whether they are satisfied. So they mainly think of the customers and they invest on their product. So it's like the manufacturers, they consider their customers as their king.
Hi people, happy day. I'm Jayanta, and as per they both said, I agree. I don't wish to deny. Yet I have some other view. The thing is, they speak to the customer point of view, but what I say is, I'm the manufacturer and I produce products. I'm damn sure that someone is going to use my product. So I don't feel like if I'm losing a customer, I'm not going to feel for that. But someone or the other is going to get, and they'll be used out of mine. So that's mine.
From my point of view, I would like to remind that these producers are cornering us into a point that we are forced to buy their products. They are managing associations and making us to buy any one of them. Like that, so we are not, we don't have any other chance to deny them. So, customer is not a king in that post.
But I would like to say this, that you said someone is going to replace, even if one customer doesn't turn up. That someone is again a customer for the manufacturer, right? So obviously it's a cycle that consumer is king to the manufacturer point of view, and also not only the manufacturers, and also for the advertisers, producers, whomever, even the advertising committee, the advertising people, they're going to design, they're going to produce the advertisements, they're going to make things keeping consumers' point of view. If you're going to take a baby product, they're going to see how well it's going to attract mom, how well it favors a woman and children, so that it will attract the mom to get that product. Similarly, ultimately, it comes with consumers, so that someone is so-called consumer. So you cannot say someone will be. You cannot bring a new person or a new set of people into the picture.
Yeah, I agree with this also. Actually, what I said was, I agree with them, but what the point exactly is, I'm not scared of losing a single customer for my profit, right? Anyway, I'm producing the same product for everyone. It's not that you're high and someone is low. Either one is going to be out of my product. So I can't come and beg or I can't be like, oh, I'm losing a customer, my goodness. No, someone is going to be profitable, so I'm not like
when you're talking about from the manufacturer's view, even each of the customer matters, because when I'm a customer and I'm not satisfied with it, the manufacturer, as a manufacturer, you cannot just let it loose, because I'll go around telling people it's not the correct way. If I go propagating that's bad product, again your product is not going to get. And again, from the customer's view, when you see, you told we were all talking about the customer's side, but then the customer's side, when you see from manufacturer's side, a customer is important, and where the fault comes is the way those sell the shopkeepers and the vendors, that matters, because when again the manufacturer wants all loss from the customers, but then when it comes to the vendors, it depends on how the customers are treated. When you sell a product, when you're not, you question about something and you don't get a good answer, again, you don't go for the product, and at least you don't go for the shop. Again, it becomes a problem.
But these manufacturers make us, fools in the name of like they keep in the name of customer service centers, but most of them do not respond. This reminds me, last week I purchased a modem, which is a data card, and I have been complaining continuously. I was forced to disconnect the modem. In that way, they don't want me. They said if you are not going to pay the rent, just get lost. That's all.
So that's what
I can give a contrast situation for that as well. Even if I'm a Airtel customer, I just call them. I applied for the portability. I spoke to them. They said, "Ma'am, what do we need to leave Airtel, and what are the defects which you want to get in this?" So I spoke to them twice, applying for portability, and they were like, "Ma'am, we'll give you best offers and all that." So it's like when you're saying if you're not gonna pay, then we don't mind in losing you. Similarly, the other company, they for them it matters even if I'm gonna come out of Airtel. So we have for everyone. Maybe for your company, they wouldn't mind you losing you. But when it comes to me, I face a situation where they don't want to lose me as a customer.
I use the same network that you mentioned just now. The same thing happened to me, and after a recharge of some amount, and my plan shifted to the old amount. That is an eyewash to you. In that they are giving you offers. Offers is just an eyewash. So we are cornered to buy the certain product.
So maybe
It's not like you're cornered, it's like how you choose. Like if you're very much interested in the product, you choose for that. It's not like you are forced to get something.
That was my previous point. I think so. They manage some associations, and they keep a fixed rate. So these manufacturers make us corners. I mean, in a corner to select any one of them. Whatever we get at the same rate, and we are treated the same.
from what you both told, actually, you were talking about the same company. Maybe the problem might be not at the level of the company. Always the company wants profit. So the problem where, from what you told, is the person who's mediating from the middle. As she told, the customer service centers. The person there, when he's not proper, the blame obviously goes to the company. So you cannot blame the company as
But even the customer center belongs to that company, right? It's in one of their hierarchy, right? So you cannot completely take them as a new picture and tell them you cannot blame the company for the sake of he's doing a mistake, right? So anyways, he has to be cautious that it's his company, and he has to even he will be put in a blame that if he's gonna lose me. If I'm gonna say I spoke to this person, he handled me and he responded like that. If I'm gonna complain, then the person above him will obviously question him. Even he don't have the security, he don't have the right to treat me.
It is not exactly the chain of authorization and all. We can't go so deep. The thing is, they might have faced a situation where it's unavoidable. Okay, they can't refund, or they didn't have an either choice. So they might have gone to such a thing that no, it's your headache to face it. So you have that views. So you can't just say that it is their headache and you're being the customer and you have to face it. There's nothing like that.
it may be the manufacturers or the company just treats the customer as a king, like when they need them to get the product, and then when you go back with complaints again, the customer becomes a slave of them. We are made to run around.
Participant 1, Participant 2, Participant 3, Participant 4, Participant 5. We have just seen a group discussing on the topic, customer is king. Is that true? What did we learn from that group discussion? Some things went well, but some things could have been improved. Let me tell you what went well and what can be improved. One participant addressed the crowd.
Hi friend, I'm Ratna, and the topic we got for today is is the consumer really the king?
It is very important to start your conversation or discussion by addressing the crowd the first time you state your views. You have to start by saying, introduce yourself. I am X, Y, and Z. And the topic that we are about to discuss is customer is king. Is that true or not? Good evening, all of you. I am of the opinion that customer is truly a king. Why do I believe so? Here are my points 1, 2, and 3. So, before you start your topic or before you start stating your views and opinions, you have to address the crowd. That was good about some, but some failed to address. Eye contact was fantastic in a participant's case. When he was making a point, he looked into the eyes of one particular participant and stated his views. One participant explained his stand by clearly stating an example, a scenario that really happened to him.
Last week I purchased a modem, which is a data card, and I have been complaining continuously. I was forced to disconnect the modem.
That is a very strong point that adds more strength to your stand. But how do you state your view and how do you tell the scenario? There is a process or a method to it. Either you first tell the scenario, just last week I went to this store to purchase this. This is what happened to me. And this is the reason why I believe that customer is no longer treated as a king. So when you close this story, you have to clearly state your stand. Or you can start the story by clearly stating your stand by saying, I feel the customer is definitely treated as a king because just yesterday I walked into the store and this is what happened to me, and then continue to tell your story. This story need not necessarily be your own story, your own experience. It can be an experience that any one of your family members had, or any of your colleagues had, or any of your friends had. But personalize it. Tell it in the first person mode. When you tell the story, tell it as if it happened right to you. I faced this. It happened to me just last week. You can borrow the story from your friends or colleagues. There's nothing wrong about it. The next thing that you shouldn't do is saying they are wrong. Nobody is wrong in a group discussion. It's only that some have one opinion and the others choose to have totally different opinion. That is why the topics chosen for group discussions are very generic topics. You should refrain from saying they are wrong. Rather, what you should do is point instead of finger pointing, look at the person and say, I choose to disagree with you. Never say, you are wrong. That shows a bad attitude. So as I said, rephrase and say, I choose to disagree with you. I wish to disagree with you. These are positive ways of framing your sentence. No one participant was taking notes. It is very essential that all participants should take notes. Observers are observing whether you are taking notes or not. Because attentive listening is the other side of being a good communicator. And most important, when someone is saying a scenario or story, never interrupt them with your own scenario or story. Now that we have learned and have seen a group discussion, let's go ahead and rock. You are well prepared for group discussion. All the best.